Welcome to Bam Bam's Boom Boom Boom, starring your host, Bam Bam, and frankly, whoever the fuck that I want.
Oh, hey there, humans and non-humans. Bam Bam here. And I have a very special guest. We have kind of a teacher in the house. We actually have a very well-respected teacher, an expert of all things Danish, Mr. Alexander Kjerulf. That's how we pronounce it in Danish.
That is how we do.
Alexander Kjerulf, and the name is spelled Kjerulf. So all you native English speakers out there, you go nuts over that one. And if you get hurt, it's not my fucking problem.
No.
And it's not Alexander's problem either.
It's on you.
It's on you guys. So you be nice out there. Hey, man.
Hey!
How you doing?
I'm phenomenal. Yourself?
Oh, I'm doing good. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Me too.
I was just at Alexander's show here a couple of days ago in Lygten Station, and it was just epic. It was 1 hour of... It was just really good, wholesome fun, and my girlfriend and I, she's Polish, and we just enjoyed everything about it, because there were so many things where you could relate to it, some things that I wasn't really aware of that. So there was everything. There was laughs, there was a good education in it, and just really cool to be around in that vibe.
I'm so happy to hear that. That's amazing. That's exactly what I was going for.
Well,
so.
That's the important part. But Alexander, tell me a little bit about yourself. So your show was called How to Become Danish in 1 hour.
Yes, exactly.
So how did you become Danish? And I don't need the intimate details about mom and dad and stuff like that.
Yeah, when two Danes love each other very much.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, technically, I was not born in Denmark, so I had a little bit of an international upbringing.
Okay.
But when I was 5, my parents moved to Denmark. I'm half Danish, half Greek.
Okay.
So I have a little bit of an outsider's view of Denmark, but also very much an insider's view because I've been here almost all my life.
So you...
Anyway, but also I've traveled all over the world. And so this is a comedy show that I'm doing, but I'm not a comedian.
No, you're not.
Like some people are. So that's very much a challenge for me. My background is in public speaking. I'm a corporate speaker. I've done talks at companies in over 50 different countries. I've been all over the world. So I think it's taking that like outsider's view of Denmark, but also the insider's view of Denmark, and then trying to figure out, because a lot of people come here. A lot of people move to Denmark. And a lot of people don't have a good time in Denmark.
Yeah, I know.
It can be tough to be here because Danes are weird.
Yeah, and there are a lot of books out there that a lot of people have been writing. I remember, isn't there one that's called something, Help Us, Don't Leave Us Alone with the Danes?
Yeah, that one, yeah.
And there are a lot of Americans that I've seen different types of postings where you have Americans coming to Denmark and actually giving us a bit of a bad rap.
Yes.
For those who don't know, I am also half Danish and half Malaysian and have lived abroad too. So Alexander and I, we vibe on that level that we kind of have our toes in both waters.
Yeah.
And we can see from the inside and from the outside, I'm guessing. So that kind of leads us... So where did you grow up to begin with?
Spain. Spain, yeah.
Okay. And then when you were 5, you guys came to Denmark?
Here, and then we lived all over Denmark, yeah.
All over Denmark?
All over.
Oh, wow.
All over. I've been jyde.
Okay.
I've been a Fynbo. I'm now a Københavner.
Oh.
I'm very much a Københavner. Yeah.
Very much Københavner. And for those who don't know, Fyn is the gooch of Denmark.
The what, sir?
The gooch. You don't know that?
No.
You might want to look it up after we're done and after you've left. It's the piece of meat between the rectal opening and the testicles.
Oh, the taint.
The taint. Oh,
the
yeah,
taint.
this is a lovely
Gotcha.
word. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Denmark's mellemkød, as we will say.
I see where you're going with this, and it's not wrong. You're not wrong. It's not wrong. It's tender. It's sweet. It's important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree wholesomely with that. So in the household at home, was that were there different languages and different cultures?
Yeah, I grew up speaking English actually, and then where I came to Denmark as a kid and didn't speak any Danish. I was sent out into the street to play. I was like, I have no idea what these kids are saying.
Yeah,
yeah,
I know that feeling.
That was interesting. Yeah,
so Where did all this evolve to? Was it a normal Danish education and then pretty normal?
Yeah,
and then
perfectly. Yeah,
high school and all that.
all the whole shebang,
And then
the whole Danish experience.
And when did all this lust for international culture come?
Well, that came so I became a public speaker in Danish. Arbejdsglæde.
Oh.
Happiness at work. This weird Danish word. Another weird Danish word. So many weird Danish words.
Yes.
And it turns out, so I started speaking at companies in Denmark, and then it turns out that there was like a huge hunger for the Danish perspective in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So like, how do you Danes do it? How do Danish workplaces become so good? So I went out and did talks about that I've been on every continent except Antarctica. And
Wow.
I keep hoping for like a South Pole researcher to book me for an event on the South Pole. That would be so amazing. So I can see like every continent.
I think the penguins will enjoy your material even more.
I would enjoy the penguins.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Wouldn't we all?
Penguins are amazing.
They are amazing little fabulous tuxedo-wearing creatures.
Exactly.
That mate for life.
They're
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It really is.
I love it. Careful with the leopard seals. I just saw a video. They're terrifying.
Those are scary.
Yeah. Wow. So public speaking. And you also touch in on that on your show, How to Become Danish in 1 Hour.
Yeah.
How do Danish companies and why are they so happy?
Yeah.
If you may. We have this, I remember I was waiting for you to talk about the 3/8 that we have in the Danish
the
working
8 hours
culture.
of work and 8 hour. Yeah. But that's changed now. Now it's like
has.
7 and 3/4. No, 7.25 hours of work, and then it's
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It has changed that much?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that slogan, like 8 hours of work, 8 hours of free time, 8 hours of sleep, that goes all the way back to the I want to say 20s.
Yeah.
It's way back.
My dad used to tell me about the certain prime minister. I can't remember his name.
Probably Stauning.
Stauning.
I want to say Stauning.
Yeah. Just remember
Stauning
the whiskey.
or chaos.
Or chaos. Yeah.
That goes back.
Yeah, and
So Denmark is definitely like at the forefront of all of this, and
Definitely.
Danes are very chill about work, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like work is like you want a job you can enjoy, you want to be happy at work, but also you don't want to work yourself to death, right?
Exactly.
As opposed to the Americans, for instance, who are like, work more hours, and you know, if
and
you
get
wanna-
less pay.
and get less pay. Or you want pay? What are you, a communist?
Exactly. Yeah, you communist bastards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved when America went unhinged yet again and called us and compared us to Venezuela.
That's completely fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's Fox News,
I mean,
what can you do?
Not even our southern tropical islands, known as Lolland, have as nice as weather as Venezuela. Where are you going with all this?
Exactly.
But then again, I mean, I also sometimes feel the need because I grew up with a lot of American kids, and I think we also, in some cases, have to give them the benefit of the doubt. You have people that have never even left their home state.
I saw a statistic like 50% of Americans live their whole lives and die within 50 miles of where they were born.
Yep.
That is crazy.
And 60% of them believe in angels.
That is even crazier.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with that, to be honest. I mean,
You mean you don't?
it's just one of those. Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You go ahead.
You do you.
You do you,
You
yeah.
do you.
Yeah.
And just don't invade us, and then we'll
Exactly.
be fine.
Please don't. Please, can we not?
So, what other cultures, not only the Danish, and but what other cultures fascinate you, and do you?
I think they all do.
They all do.
I think the China fascinates me right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool what's going on over there. I mean, apart from the whole repression thing and all of that, but man, they're moving. Their trains, I want their trains.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want the political system in China, but I want their trains.
Yeah.
Their high-speed business class trains with like luxury seats. I want those.
Yeah.
I am fascinated by America. I mean, America is weird.
Yeah. How can you not?
How can you not be fascinated by a country with those extremes, right? Yeah. No, people are fascinating everywhere. Middle East is surprisingly cool.
Yeah.
I've been there a lot lately. I've spoken a lot in like Kuwait, Dubai, the Emirates. They're surprisingly chill. They're super nice people, and they're going places, and they're developing very, very rapidly. And everybody I've met there has been super friendly, and only one guy tried to actually convert me to Islam.
Only one?
Yeah. As after I'd done my talk for this company, he was like, "Let's go out and see the town." And like as part of that, he was like, take me to this little shop where they had a lot of Quran materials. He gave me a Quran and some brochures. And he was like, wasn't like push or anything. He was like, "Here, you should be a Muslim."
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe if it was only one, it was probably because that you don't have as much wealth as them, probably. But yeah, I grew up in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia for 8 years, and
wow.
it's a different culture. And I've also had the Chinese culture, and I kind of have a bit of a different view on China, and it gets a bit old man bitter, but not at them, more at the West, because everybody's now bitching about China copying and stealing this. But we did it. We did it to ourselves.
Definitely.
We gave them all the production possibilities, and now they're just moving. Like you said, they're moving, they're happening, they're jumping, they are riding with it, they're rolling with it, and we're just getting left in the dust.
Yep.
And we brought it upon ourselves.
Yeah. We could have had their trains.
We could have had their trains.
Yeah. We could have been like Aarhus in an hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
But no.
instead now we just have everything built by them, and they're moving on that.
Yeah.
So I mean, God, yeah, all for that, man. All for if it's one of those things, you got to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And that's
they
what
do.
they did, yeah. And their culture is so broad, with the country so big.
Yeah.
You can go to the richest metropolitan areas and see one sort of culture, and you can go way out into the mountainside and get a completely different culture.
Yeah, and what they can do in China that we can't is they can think big. As one of the things I talk about in the show is that at one point Denmark's national character was broken, and we became, we used to be a big superpower, and then we became this tiny little farm country that nobody ever thought about, like did hardly, completely anonymous in the world, and it kind of broke we became this loser nation, and everybody's afraid to think big. Everybody's afraid to do cool shit. Everybody's afraid to stand out. That's one of the things I don't appreciate about Denmark.
Yeah, that was actually one of the questions about one of those, what are your least favorite things, pet peeves or major psychotic hatreds? And I think, yeah. And
That's a George Carlin quote.
It is.
I don't have pet peeves, I have major
psychotic hatreds. Yes, awesome. This is good.
Know your comedians.
I know my comedians, especially my classics.
That's good.
But yeah, you're right. It's one of those things that often becomes a kind of an anchor or a weight on Danes, where we're not allowed to feel that way, and we're not allowed to think big. And even though now, when you look at companies like Lego or Vestas or Novo Nordisk that is helping the pandemic in America known as obesity.
Yeah.
And we have the great thinkers. Yes, we can't invade England anymore on longboats, and we can't beat the living daylights out of
much as we want to.
Much as we want to. I mean, I always look at English people, and when they look at us at Little Denmark, and I say, well, Kate Beckinsale and the Beckhams. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're welcome, because if it wasn't for us Vikings going over there, you'd be stuck with Ed Sheeran everywhere. So we gave you a bit of the good genes in there. So
definitely
simmer down.
Yeah.
You don't want those longboats coming back.
Good-looking Vikings coming over. Yeah,
exactly.
Or maybe they do. I mean, deep down, maybe they do. Maybe they actually want us to come in and save them from whatever the fuck is going on in the UK right now.
Yeah. The world is kind of a bit upside down here and there.
Yeah, but that I think. One thing we should learn in Denmark is to think a little bigger.
Yeah.
Not be afraid to succeed. Not be afraid to stand out. And I think there is a little bit of that. And that's one of the things I don't enjoy here.
Yeah.
Right now, there's solar panels.
Yeah.
Like there's some cities that are trying in Denmark that are trying to build massive solar panel fields, and people are like, "It's going to ruin my view."
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, a solar panel it's on the ground. I mean, how much of a view can that ruin for you?
Exactly.
Get with the times. There's this little thing called global warming. We should probably do something about that. And if your view is a little less idyllic than it was, last year, you may have to live with that.
Your water will be better.
Yeah, every time somebody tries to build a fancy new building in Copenhagen, somebody complains.
Yeah.
You can't build any kind of architecture that's like grandiose or stands out or is like different or interesting or cool. You have to build the same anonymous red brick shit that we have in every other city in Denmark.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, think a little bigger. Like, don't get stuck in a rut. That's one of the things I do not. That's one of my major psychotic hatreds about Danish culture.
I think I can kind of put a bit of a spin on that, so it makes it more comfortable for you, and you might even be able to use this. But I believe that when we look at and listen to the general public when they're talking about, for example, politics or like a new building or the solar panels, Danes would be completely fine and content if they just are able to keep complaining. You'd have a Danish person going, "Oh, the prime minister is terrible. The solar panels I'm staring at, they're ruining my view, and this new building is crap. Oh, sir, do you want to change? Heavens, no."
That'd be the worst thing. I don't have anything to complain about.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, and they just want the right to complain. My dad would say, "En god dansk stønner."
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, he just wants to complain.
Yeah, and there's definitely complaining is like part of the national culture.
Yeah.
I talk about it in the show. You remember a few years ago when the PISA results came out about the education systems, and Denmark was only 7th best in the world.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "This is a disaster. This is an outrage.
Yeah.
We demand political change and action."
Yeah.
I'm like, 7th best in the world? Come on.
Pretty good.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was like one year we were down, and then the next year we were up. I mean, the next time we were up, come on. But it is, and that's another thing. Like in Denmark, is that when you don't know how good you have it, you end up complaining about everything.
Yeah.
And there are other cultures where people have way less, and they enjoy whatever they have way more.
Yeah.
Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Costa Rica is a way poorer country than Denmark, but people in Costa Rica are actually on average happier than we are.
Yeah.
And that's because they don't have that constant complaining thing.
Yeah.
It's also because they have they're way better at friends and family than we are.
Yeah.
So maintaining community, getting together with friends and family. I was in the Caribbean to do a talk. I have a hard life. I know. I've spoken in the Caribbean a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's so tough. And I had the Sunday off, so I go to the beach. And they don't just go to the beach. They go to the beach with like 40, 50 people, clans. And then they have music and barbecue and kids running around and toys and inflatables and inflatable toys and deck chairs and everything. And there's like family party, 40 or 50 people all the way down the beach.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is.
That is fucking awesome. And that's the key to happiness right there. Whereas, Danes are like stuck in their own little fancy home with their PH-lamper and there's Jacobsen furniture and that kind of thing, yeah.
And their $75,000 lamp.
That one, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then if they have to go to the beach, you need to plan it 3 months.
And exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you would never invite 40 or 50 people along. It would just be like you and your kids and that kind of thing. That's something we could definitely learn. That's something we need to get way better at.
Well, I mean, I definitely have to invite you back to my mom's place because she's an Asian person, and it's one of those things where the doors are always open.
Yes.
And the food will never run out.
That culture.
I
enjoy that so much.
And if you don't finish your food, you'll get a doggy bag home. You know, that type of culture where eat.
Yeah.
You know, that wholesome family values culture that in Denmark we've been so guilty of focusing so hard on making ends meet, and both mom and dad need to have their careers, and the children end up being in school or after school activities all the way until 7, 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, and there's no room for the spontaneous. There's no room for the unplanned. There's no room for anything to go wrong. You see these people stressing along when they're shopping with their kids. If you could take like 10 minutes extra and chill out, it could be a relaxed, fun experience for you and your kid.
Exactly.
You could actually enjoy it. But because you're running behind, because you have a deadline, because you have dinner needs to be on the table at whatever, because that's how we do, then everything becomes stressful. I see that way too much.
Yeah.
We need to again, that's not what life's about. And there's that whole Danish punctuality fetish. I have it myself. If I'm running even like 5 minutes late, I get the cold sweats, like I get heartbeat.
And you're half Greek and was living in Spain. I mean, you'd be like, hey, mañana.
I know I should be.
I mean,
but no, that's my Danish half takes over, and I want to be on time.
Exactly. It could be when the Germans had the influence on us back in the 40s. Yeah.
That could very well have happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, maybe it is the whole farm country like Denmark,
Yeah.
150 years of being a small farming nation.
Yeah. Everything has to be on time.
The cows need to be milked and the chickens need to be fed and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point. And you bring that up very, very epically done in your show, where you kind of go through the three main areas of Denmark. The Viking area.
Viking age.
Yeah, we all know the Vikings. Where actually Vikings, the word Viking actually means crewman.
I didn't even know that.
We were at the Viking exhibition at the Danish Museum.
Ooh.
And they said that the term to say that if you picture the Vikings going to England and the English says, "Hi, I'm a farmer," and the guy says, "I'm a Viking," and that word actually meant, "I'm a crewman aboard this ship."
It was just a job description.
It's just a job description.
Cool.
So it kind of it took away for me. It took that word into. I was like, "Oh." But this guy, there were some Americans there that wanted to hear about Ragnar Lothbrok and all these, and he just tore them apart. The Vikings were just great farmers and great people working the ground. And then when they found out they were great at sailing, they kind of went out to trade with other places, and those other places sometimes weren't so, how would I put it, open to trade. And then more enhanced methods may have been put into put into use.
I will make you an offer you cannot refuse.
Yeah. So, hey, man, if you're sailing for a couple of weeks and the castle you knocked on, they don't want to see you, you kind of get a bit annoyed.
Sure.
I would get annoyed too.
I would definitely pillage and burn.
There, the Danish culture went in, was like, but we had an aftale.
Or at least I had one.
I had one, yeah, exactly. And then we have what we have.
Exactly.
And then you move into the greatness period of a king that just could only see big things.
Global superpower Denmark.
Yes.
That's when we were not afraid to think big.
Exactly.
And waded into every war in Europe and usually lost.
Exactly. Hovedklus is a great Danish word. Just walked,
Hovedklus, yeah. I like that. Head over heels.
Head over heels into battle with Christian the Fourth.
Yeah, and especially with Sweden.
Exactly.
Every time there's a chance for a war with Sweden, we take it.
We tried.
Yeah.
We did our best.
Yes, we did.
Sometimes that wasn't even close to being good enough.
Usually a bad idea.
That's usually a bad idea. And we're good that we're friends with them. And then we move from that area of time where Denmark goes bankrupt and we get into the humble farming side.
Yeah, actually, I kind of want to. I want to call it loser Denmark.
Loserville.
Loser Denmark, because that became our national identity.
It did.
Our national identity was that we are poor, we are losers, we can't do anything. When I was growing up in Denmark in the 70s and 80s, there was like on all the news was like, Denmark is probably going bankrupt tomorrow.
Yeah, and we weren't even close, probably.
No. We were great, and we came out of it just fine. But that was the rhetoric for such a long time was, we can't do anything. We're failing at this. We're failing at that. We can't succeed. Other countries, we looked at Sweden and we became super envious because they were doing better than us.
Yeah.
But this whole loser Denmark, there's an old joke. Victor Borge.
Yes, love Victor
had a
Borge.
joke where he said, in America, they have Johnny Cash and Bob Hope.
Yeah.
In Denmark, we have no cash and no hope.
Yeah, I love that joke.
And that was like that epitomized. That is who we were.
Yeah.
For a long, long time, for a good 150 years at least. That's what Denmark was about. We were small, we were poor, we were losers, and we expected to be. We didn't expect anything good of the future of the country.
Okay, where do you think this extreme humbleness is the only way I can describe it?
Yeah.
I mean, it can't just be because of Christian the Fourth. It's something that must have been built up and ingrained in us in some way.
Yeah, so I think there are two main influences. One of them is war.
Yeah.
So especially the War of 1864.
We got our butts kicked, yeah.
The Germans just walk in and bitch slap the Danish army, send them packing, and steal half of Jutland.
Yeah.
And that entirely broke the Danish culture. And I mean, those images of soldiers walking home bloody and beaten broke our national culture. We used to think that we could fight a war. We used to think that we were, somebody to be reckoned with, and we were shown you're not. You're little league.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, and then I think the other thing is the sort of the Christian culture of temperance of don't enjoy life. Have you seen Babette's Gæstebud?
I know of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know there are intromission and that kind of thing.
Exactly.
But that whole, don't enjoy life too much, don't have too much fun.
Yeah.
That whole ethic of, if you're enjoying yourself, you're doing it wrong. Life is tough, and like you should be lived in moderation.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I see where you're going.
So when you have that approach, it's easy to fall into that whole we're losers mentality.
Yeah.
And I think Denmark only came out of that like fairly recently, maybe in the last 20 or 30 years. Maybe starting in the late 90s.
You actually made me think a lot about that after your show, which is also a great show.
Sorry. Sorry, I hate when that happens to me and people make me think. That's the worst.
Oh, I think a lot.
Oh, no.
Sometimes it's wandering. Sometimes it's meandering. Sometimes it's just daydreaming. But
Yeah.
It's always running. And I was thinking, when did that happen? Because I remember coming back to Denmark in the early 90s, and it was kind of there where it seemed like things were blooming or blossoming.
Yeah.
We were slowly dipping our toes into having more TV channels, and you were hearing more about Danish industry and the Danish economy, and it didn't seem as gloomy as it usually did.
No. I think it's around that time as well.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we had the 70s were one big crisis. We talked about fattig-80'erne.
Yeah, the poor 80s.
Yeah. So that was very much the rhetoric that the countries we're losers.
That's because in the 80s everybody was on disco and cocaine.
I wasn't. I mean, I missed out on that.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
Well, me being, I was born in the 80s, but I don't really remember anything, so I consider myself a 90s kid.
Yes.
Because I was 10 years old when it was the 90s, so
Sure.
I wasn't really 80s. All I remember was everything was brown and yellow, and my mom gave me corduroys to wear and
Me too.
shoes that were formed after my feet.
Yeah. What the fuck was up with that?
Yeah, that was a weird thing. But even if you look back then and look at the different brands that we had, and you think about Carlsberg, just for one, being one of those famous beers, and then you had Lego, which was one of our greatest exports that has been able to maintain its staying power on the market for so many years.
Yeah.
What else do we? And we also have all of our architecture and furniture and lamps and stuff like that we have, and we're so not. We were so not proud of that.
No.
We didn't really. It was like, oh yeah, we have this lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have a guy called Niels Bohr.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also had Ørsted. I mean, we're not proud of those things.
That's another thing about Danish culture that I do not enjoy, is that, we don't appreciate the good we have.
And what we've contributed to the world.
Yeah.
We have some huge contributions to society, and we're not stopping. We keep going. This little tiny country that often, and it's lovely when you see when America or another place in the world mentions Denmark, we get so
Exactly. That whole somebody talks about us.
Yay, we're little Denmark.
Yeah.
And I kind of love the joke where you can take the complete opposite and go to America and say Obama was drinking the water in Flint, where everybody in Denmark is like, our water is the best water in the world, and we're actually pretty close to that.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe Norway or somewhere else that probably has, but we have some of the best water.
Yeah, we do.
And I mean, drinking water in Denmark, for me, and I love it when Americans or other tourists come, are we allowed to drink the water from the tap? And when they do it, they feel kind of sinful about it,
Yeah.
Whereas we Danes can kind of make the mistake when we go to another country and just start drinking water all the time and go, oh no, this doesn't feel good at all.
Should not have done that.
Yeah. And that's one of those,
sure.
It's such a weird thing we have in Denmark, and I love the fact that you're championing to go against that.
I mean, we have a really good thing going.
You're making Denmark great again.
Don't even go there. That's a very good Trump.
What color hat would you like?
That's a very good Trump. That's a very good Trump. You even have a little hand.
Yes, his little hands. Yeah. Oh God, no. I mean, and I love the fact that he's dragging us into the news concerning Greenland. And with that said, you even mentioned our very civilized war with the Canadians about Hans Island.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Denmark has been in open conflict with Canada about an island up in the Arctic areas, and the Danes would put a Danish flag and a gammeldansk, which is a bitter
snaps. Take down the Canadian flag, put up a Danish flag, leave a bottle of Danish schnapps.
Yeah.
And the Canadian soldiers come in a few months later, take down the Danish flag, put up a Canadian flag, and leave a bottle of Canadian whiskey for the Danes.
Exactly.
That's a civilized war right there. I like it.
The only casualties are the hangovers the day after.
Yes, and that's probably worth it.
Yeah.
Probably worth it.
And that's why Danes and Canadians...
Though I do think like making them drink Danish schnapps may be a bit of a hate crime.
Canadian whiskey ain't no walking.
I've never tried it. Yeah.
It's at times too sweet.
Okay, never tried it. We'll somehow have something.
Or not.
or not.
But preferably that than schnapps.
Yeah.
The Danish schnapps. And you mentioned that at Christmas luncheons. I never understood that.
No.
I never got it. It was just one of those things. It was one of those things where it probably was passed down for so many years, like many things in Denmark, and people forgot why.
There were people who enjoyed it, or they claim to enjoy it. I mean, maybe they're lying and just trying to make you drink it as well. Yeah.
There are also people who claim to enjoy putting electrodes on their genitals.
True. And who are we to yuck
who
somebody
are we
else's
to
yum?
judge?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Each to his own.
Exactly.
And for those who like that or schnapps, I mean,
Go
just
for it.
Be safe and be nice.
Maybe both at the same time. Electrodes on your genitals
and schnapps.
See what's worse.
I might pay to see that.
Sounds like a good...
good
evening out right there.
Yeah. Just like you want to be both fascinated, but at the same time, just completely
horrified.
Exactly. Yeah. Basically, just watching the news in America at the moment.
Down at the old Booze and Trodes Club.
Oh yes. Oh God. We just have to keep an eye on the time. So you keep me on a short leash there, buddy. So this show, when's the next show?
Next show is going to be in November.
At Lugton Station.
Yeah.
We will post those links.
Awesome.
So, are you working on another show or like an expansion of that?
Oh, that's a good question. Not for now. Some people did request, will there be like a Christmas edition with weird Danish Christmas traditions? So that might be, but there is a workplace version of the show.
Okay.
So people can book it for their company if you have a lot of non-Danish employees. But I was thinking about the Christmas edition because like Christmas in Denmark is we take it seriously here.
Oh yeah. We do.
My favorite thing is the whole duck or and eller flæskesteg, duck or roast pork roast.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm from a duck family.
Yeah.
But if you marry somebody who's from a pork roast family, you have like actual conflict in the family. Now, what do we eat? I mean, we eat both. Problem solved.
My mom's Asian, so pretty much any sort of meat will be defiled and devoured in our house.
There you go.
It's a both.
There you go.
For us. So I mean, I can't understand how you can compare them because they're so different.
Yeah.
Duck is just it has this completely different flavor to it. The only thing you can compare maybe is that both meats are a tad sweet compared to chicken.
Yeah, the weird thing is that in Denmark we just serve them the same way.
Yeah.
So whatever you choose a meat, but everything around it, like the potatoes, the rødkål, pickled red cabbage, the sauce, the gravy, everything will be the same. So even though they're two wildly different meals,
they go so well together.
Put that in there with everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that would be great to have a Christmas edition on that. And also like all of our Christmas traditions about talking about the tree and about how the tree was to be eaten back in the day.
Dancing around the tree. Decorating the tree. The whole
singing,
which is huge in some families. And
exactly, yeah.
We don't do that in my family at all.
We do, but we're a musical family too.
Oh, there you go.
But hey, man, you got to sing like no one's listening and dance like no one's watching.
True, very true.
And what else? And also, all of the way Copenhagen puts up their Christmas lights, D'Angleterre
very
and
pretty.
Magasin.
Very pretty. It's a good time of year.
We do that, and I must admit I have a guilty little pleasure for a lot of houses taking in the American tradition and completely going berserk with the lighting. I love it. It's amazing. And same with Halloween. Go in